Hi, good morning. How are you? Actually, I was waiting for your other classmates to attend to the class. The number of students which are attending to the class, uh, as I think there is a 80 number attendance for this class, but now only 16 ones actually are attended to the class, and I don't know why your friends or other classmates don't try to attend class because uh, as I talked in first session that most of the students was absent in that session. Uh, Attending class is important. Anyway, hope all of you are well and are trying to be ready for midterm exams. I think the midterm exams will be started after 2 weeks, as I know, or 3 weeks. But for microcontroller course, I don't know. I think it would be after 2 weeks. I should check the schedule related to the midterm exams. We will have a midterm exam, most probably, which is related to the experimentary part. All of the discussion that we had till today and the next session, I think, are included in midterm exam, and only some definitions and different types of experimentary questions will be proposed for your midterm exam. I hope that you install the applications that I sent as email in OIS when I was sending the session material. As I said, two applications or softwares are required for this course because we don't have laboratory session. Then I'm trying to use the screen sharing for having programming or coding, and also simulating our different application which are interfaced with microcontroller. And then get results. I introduced two applications for that by email. I send them by email. One of them is Code Vision and the other is Proteus. Hope that you well installed it. Because I think from next session it would be required for you to use it, and at first for coding and then for interfacing a microcontroller with other applications, and then converting code to the Proteus and running it and simulating our application in Proteus. Previous session we talked about different types of variables. Today I want to we talked about the variables, and today I want to talk about different another classifications of the variables. We have global variables and local variables. Actually, this type of classification or these types of variables are related to their declaration. About the global variables, they are the variables which are declared outside any function and called global variables. They are not limited to any function. And actually any function can access and modify global variables. Then global variables are generally written before our main function. If you remember, or if you have some study about previous session, we talked about main function, and you know that it is a part of our basic coding for our microcontroller. Then global variables are actually written before main function, and then they're declared outside any function. There are another types of the variables in terms of their declaration, and these variables are ones which are declared inside the function, and actually compound statement or block or called local variables. They are ones that occurs within a specific scope, and they exist only in function where they are created. Actually, about local variables, we can say that they are sometimes called automatic variables because they are automatically created with when the function start execution, and also they automatically go away when the function is finished execution. Here there are examples or samples for local and global variables. As you remember, we said that each of the codings and each of the programs needs to have preprocessor. Preprocessor, we said that is starting with number sign, include term, and the header file. Header file is possible to relate it to our AVR or our C program. This is our preprocessor, which its header file is related to a library of C program. However, I'll talk about the different types of preprocessor in next slide. And then our variables, variable type. As you remember, previous session we talked about different types of variables. We said that there is, for example, integer number, and we want to name it. So to do that, at first we need to have the type of the variable. For integer number, we said that we use int. For example, for characters or letters, we use char, or for real numbers, we used float. Or for example, for signed integer number, we use signed, and different types of variables which are used in our coding are actually was explained, were explained in previous session. Anyway, now after preprocessor, we need to have declare our variables. The variable type is int. A is the name of variable. I used A is equal 50 and B is equal 40. Don't forget to use semicolon. And then our main function. This is void type, and this is not a return type. Anyway, void main and curly braces, which is opened. Printf inside quotation mark. I use the statements, and then I use the semicolon. It means that this command is actually finished, and then curly braces is used to enclosing our program. Then, as you see here, this is a global variables. Why? Because it is declared and used before main function. This is our main function, and our variable is declared before main function. And as we said, these kinds of variables aren't limited to any function, and any kind of function can access and modify global variables. What about local variables? The next session is related to local variables. Again, we have preprocessor, main function, and you see that after main function, The local variables are declared. For example, integer number A, integer number B, and int sum. And after each command, we have semicolon and the curly braces, which is enclosed. Then you can see that here we have global variables, which is declared before a main function, and here we have local variables, which is declared after main function. Now, after talking about different approaches of different approach of basics of our C program, I want to talk about storage class variables. Actually, the storage class variables are divided into different types. One of them is static variables that can be global or local, meaning that they can be declared before main function or after main function. For example, there is an example here, as you see, static int n equal 1. It is started with static prefix, as you see. The other one is extern variables, which are globals. These types of variables, these are called storage class variables or SRAM classes, are global. And then here there is an example. For example, extern int a. It is started with prefix extern, and they are also declared before main function because they are global, and they are actually called SRAM classes. Okay, when I'm recording the session, actually this problem always has happened. Please wait for 5 or 6 or maybe more than minutes, more than that. Just to solve the problem, because one of the students said that my voice is noisy and fizzy. Wait for 6 or 7 minutes, maybe more than that, to solve the problem. Sorry. Hello again. How is my sound? Could you please say something about my voice quality? Do you have my voice? Is it clear? Okay, then it means that I can continue. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we said that storage class variables have different types: static variables, term variables. Thank you. Yes. Which are called the SRAM classes, and they one of them is started with the prefix of static, and the other one is started with extern, as you see here, extern and static one. There is another type which is const or flash variables. About these types of variables, data will be constant and put in read-only memory that we talked about it, or like flash. And as you see about this type, there is an example for a constant or flash type variables. It is started with the prefix, a const, and then variable type, which is integer number, as you see, 1. It is the name of the variables, or another one is flash variables. It is started with flash prefix, and the variable type, as you see, is a real number. We said that for a real number we use float. And PI here is the name of variables. You can use any type of naming, but you should follow the rules related to naming of the variables. We said that we can't use a space, and some of the symbols which are related to our C program coding. For example, we can't use if, or also some of the signs as a $sign. Isn't used for naming our variables. We talked about them in previous sessions, and I'm sure that you have studied about them and know that how we can name our variables. Moreover, there is a command which is used for declaring the address of stored data in SRAM. For example, int y at sign 0x18 80 semicolon. We use this coding for storing y in 80 hex address. As you see, we have prefix of 0x. We said that for numbers which are in terms of hexadecimal, we use prefix 0x. Now I want to talk about the arrays after talking about different types of variables in terms of their int or char, or their real number, and different types of declarations, which we said that they can be global, local, and static storage types of variables. Now I want to talk about the arrays. Array in C programming language is a collection of fixed size data belonging to the same data type. And array is an array is a data structure that can store a number of variables of same data type in sequence. These similar elements could be of type int, float, double, char, and etc. We have two types of arrays. A single dimensional array, for example. Our array is character or letter, sorry, for using letter about the naming of the variables. As you remember, we said that we use char prefix, the name of array, we should follow the rules related to the naming of the arrays, and then array size inside brackets, and you see that we have semicolon again. For example, char, the name of array, and array size, as you see here. For example, suppose that we have a school. It's including 5 physics class. Okay, then 5 is related to the number of class, number of physics class, or on the other hand, it is called array size. And moreover, there is another type of our array declaration, char array name, array size inside brackets equal array legend. There are examples for them here. I'll talk about them. For example, char R1 inside bracket 3 is equal 5, 6, 8. Suppose that, sorry, suppose that, for example, there are 3 different physics classes, and each of them are including their students. For example, first class is including 5 students. The second class is including 60 students, and the third class is including 8 students. Then, what is the meaning of this command? It means that in a high school, there are 3 mathematics, or for example, physics classes. Each of the classes has their own students. First class 5 students, the other class 60 students, and the other class 8 students. Then we can use this command for going to the detail of our arrays, meaning that by using this command we can add array legend to our command. The number of students related to each of these 3 physics class. Or for example, for only when we want to mention only the number of physics class, we can use this code or this one. Okay, both of them are the same. But about this one, we can mention the number of students of each class too. For example, we said that when we want to mention the number of students of each class, we can use this code or this code plus these ones. For example, char, which is, for example, letter type. However, for declaring the numbers and letters, we can use char prefix for the type of our variables. The name of our array, which is 3 physics class, and then here is another type of a code for talking about the number of each class. For example, R1 0, the name of array, 0 equal 5, R1 1 is equal 6, and R1 2 is equal 8. Note that any in the array index start from 0, not 1, and indexed by integer number. What does this mean? For example, here we can't use 1, 2, 3. This is related to which class? First class number of students. second class students number, and third class student number. And then, for example, when we talk about R12 equal 8, it means that it is related to which class? Now, for example, here, when we write this code, okay, after writing this one, it means that what? It is related to which class? Could you please let me know? Are you in class? No, I said that the index starts from 0. What does it mean? It means that this is related to first class, then 1 means second class, and 2 means third class, because we said that we have 3 physics class. First class students is a number of students is equal 5, second class equals 6, and third class is equal 8. And the index start from 0. Then this is related to first class, this is related to second, and this one is related to what? To third class. Then when we write these codes, it means yes, it is related that to third class. Be careful about using the index. Index about the arrays usually start from 0. There are another type of the arrays, which are two-dimensional arrays. For example, x, 3, 4. What does it mean? It means that suppose that for a in a high school we have 3 majors, and sorry, a moment, please. Sorry. Sorry for the interrupt. Um, Sorry. Yes, I said that there are another type of arrays, which is called two-dimensional array. Suppose that in a high school there are 3 majors, for example, mathematics, physics, and chemical, and each of them are have, for example, are including 4 classes. This is actually declared by using this code. 3 majors with each of them are including 4 classes. Or for example, here, unsigned car, high school, 2, 3, semicolon. What does it mean? This is the variable type or array type. The name of our array. You can use any type of any kind of the names by following the rules related to the naming of array or variables. The naming of arrays are the same with the variables, and the same rules should be followed for naming of them. Inside brackets 2, 3. It means that, for example, this high school is including what? 2 majors, physics and mathematics, and each of the majors are including 3 classes, meaning that for mathematics class, we have, for mathematics major, we have 3 classes, and also for physics major, also we have 3 classes. And now we want to go in detail and mention the number of the students of each classes. Good, listen to me. This is the code which is going to detail of that, meaning that we want to talk about the array legend here. You can see that we should use the same rule. Unsigned car high school 2, 3, mathematics and physics. Each of them is including 3 classes, and the number of the students of these 3 classes related to mathematics and physics are given by using this command. For example, the first major is related to mathematics major. I said that each of these majors are including 3 classes, and each of the classes are actually including their own students. Mathematics major we said that have 3 classes. First class students is including 12 numbers of students. The second class have 15 students, and the third class have 9 students. And about the physics major, we said that there are 2 majors. Also, we have 3 classes. This is related to physics class. It's including 10 number of students. The second class is including of physics is including 11 students, and the third class of physics is including 8 students. Then, by supposing that first class is related to mathematics, first major is related to the mathematics, and the second major is related to physics, and by considering that our index are starting by 0, then could you please say to me what does it mean? What's the meaning of this code? A is equal high school 1, 3, 1, 2. What does it mean? A is equal high school 1, 2. Actually, it's related to which of these numbers? Number of students. 8. Yes, because we said that the first class or first major is indexed by 0, then the second major is indexed by 1. Then we should try to find the number of students in this group of the classes, okay? And here again, because the index is starting from 0, then 2 number is actually pointing to the third class of, for example, physics class. Very nice. Thank you very much. Then it points to the number of students of mathematics third class. For example, by supposing that the second major is related to the mathematics and the first major is related to the physics, it's related to your own supposing. Then 8 is related to which is third class of mathematics, is indexed by 1 and 2. Any question? Thank you for the ones which are cooperating and actually attending physically in the class, not mentally. Please try to learn. If you have any question after class, don't hesitate to ask it. And also, when I'm asking that, is there any question? Please, if you don't understand or there is something unclear, please ask. Because in next step, I'll not explain more about them. And as you see, I'm going exactly in detail. Okay. There is I think there is something unclear for some of these students. Again, I'll explain about it. We said that there are two-dimensional arrays. Suppose that we have in a high school we have two majors. One of them is physics and the other is mathematics. But for each of these majors, there are three classes, okay, with different number of students. Then there are two majors, physics and mathematics. Each of these majors have three classes with different number of students. Then I want to declare or mention the number of students of each of these three classes related to two different majors. About first major, which is related to physics, the first class is including 12 students, the second class 15 students, and the third class 9 students. About the other one, mathematics, the first class is including 10 students, the second one 11, and the third one 8. We said that the index is started by 0. Then 1 is related to which class? The first or second class? Ahmed, please, could you please say to me? Very nice. Then we should search in this one, meaning that we should search about the second major. And in second major, number of 2, by supposing that the index is starting by 0, is related to which number now? This is the second, as you said, the second group or major, okay? And 2 number is related to which class exactly? Very nice, 8. Or the third class of second major. The third class of, this is first major, this is second major, then the third class of second major. Now, after talking about the different types of variables, their declaration, and also arrays and different types of arrays and their details, I want to talk about some of the operators of C language, which are important to have some information about them. The operators are also divided into different types. There are arithmetic operators. However, I'm sure that the computer engineering students have sufficient information about these types of operators, which are used for our coding, but about electrical engineering, which are actually part of this class as microcontroller course, may not have sufficient information or may need them to have review about them. Then I'm trying to go according to the syllabus of microcontroller course for electrical engineering students. And then I want to have review about different types of operators according to your syllabus. One type of the operators are called arithmetic operators, as you see. For example, x plus y minus star slash and percent. And also increment and decrement operator. For increment operator, we use a double plus, and for decrement operator, we use double minus. Actually, increment operator increases integer value by 1, and decrement operator, it decreases integer value by 1. There are relation operators, for example, equal operator. For equal operator, we are using double equal, as you see, as this one. If you use one equal, it means other operator means, and please be careful about using different types of operators. We have less than operator, and this is the sign related to less than. Less than or equal, the symbol related to that, or the code related to that, less than or equal is this sign. Greater than, we use this sign. Greater than or equal, again, we use this sign, greater than equal. And not equal, exclamation mark, and equal is used for not equal operator. Do you have the cursor in the page that I'm sharing with you? Yes, okay, nice, thank you very much. And the other types of operators are logical operators, for example, for and or not, which are our logical operators. For and, we use these signs, meaning that we use two ampersand sign. For or, we use two pipe character, and for not, again, we use exclamation mark. We have bitwise operators, bitwise and, we use only one ampersand sign. For bitwise or, we use only one pipe character. For bitwise XOR, we use a caret symbol. Complement, bitwise complement, we use a tilde symbol. Right shifted is actually, for right shifted, we use double greater than sign. And for left shifted, we use double of this sign. For example, here we have a code, but a part of a code actually I added here for having only some information about right hand, right shifted and left shifted sign. For example, it is not a complete code. Then only I want to explain about what is the meaning left shifted or right shifted. A is equal this binary number. 000 1 is actually placed in middle of this number. There are 3 zeros, then 1, again 3 zeros, okay? And B is equal to A right shifted B. It means that the 1 bit is right shifted 2 times to which side? To right side. As you see, 1 is in middle part. We have 3 0 here and 3 0 after that. Okay. As you see, 1 is shifted to right hand 2 times. As you see here, 1 was here. Then it is shifted 2 times to right hand. Again, because B is equal to. Again, about this one, A left shifted B, B is equal to, then 1 here is left shifted 2 times to left hand. Am I clear? Any question? Any question? Thank you. Okay, let's talk about another type of operator, which is called assignment operator, which is last part of this session. Operator equal, which assign value from right side operand to left side operand. Then it has different meaning in other coding, our coding by equal. We said that for equal operator, we use double equal, which is related to relation operators, okay? When we want to say that A is equal B, for example, then we use double equal, which is called relational operator. a relation operator. But about single equal sign, it means that assign values of right side operand to left side operand. Positive equal actually adds right side right operand to left operand and assign the result to left one. The meaning of positive equal, for example, A positive equal B, in normal is the same as A is equal A plus B. Okay, if you're actually confused about the meaning of that, its meaning is equal with this mathematical equation. A plus equal B means A is equal A plus B. What does it mean? It means that it adds right operand, meaning that B, to left operand, meaning that A, and assign the result A plus B inside left operand, which was A. Again, about minus equal, it subtract right operand from left operand and assign the result to left operand. The meaning of this code is the same with A is equal A minus B according to explanation. And star equal is actually the same with the previous ones, meaning that it multiplies left operand with the right operand and assign the result to left operand. As you see, A is equal A times B. And this code actually has the same meaning with this equation. And the other one is slash equal. It divides left operand with right operand and assign the result to left operand, and meaning that it has the same meaning with this operation. A is equal A over B. Moreover, there is another sign, and the last one of assignment operators. Percent equal, which calculate modulus using two operand and assign the result to the left operand, meaning that, as you see, the meaning of A percent equal B is the same as A is equal A percentage of B. Now I want to talk about the preprocessors. As you remember, I said that there are different preprocessors. However, when I was talking about the basics of C programming, we had an example for our C program, and about that I talked about preprocessor, but I said there are different types of preprocessor, and in next sessions I talk about them. Then I want to talk about the preprocessor and different type of that related to the different type of libraries, and then we will pay to the other part of our session. But before that, I want to have maybe 10 minutes or less than that, a break. Then I'll start to rest of our course. After 10 minutes, be present in class to continue. I think we will have only 2 pages or 2 slides and then finish the class. Okay, hello again. Uh, Now I want to talk about the preprocessors. As I explained before, actually preprocessor is used to insert a particular header from another file, and it's all usually starting by number sign and include term. Different types of header file. There are different types of header files according to CodeVision. There are AVR header files. For example, the type or family of AVR that we are using is added to our codes, and as I said, in the first of our coding, the preprocessor should add it to our code before starting to coding. The preprocessor should add it to our code. The CodeVision has a property that by using the setting of CodeVision, we can add the AVR header file to our code, meaning that it's not required to write this statement, and by doing some changes in setting, this statement is added to our code automatically, and if we don't do that setting, we can write it in our codes. Actually, it should be added to our code by doing some changes in our setting or by writing that. We said that we are using at Mega 60 or 32. You can find different types of AVR families in setting of CodeVision. For example, when we are working with at Mega 16, this and using the setting, this statement or this code is added to our programming. Or when we are using at Mega 32, the statement would be like this: number sign include, and inside crucials we will have Mega 32 dot h. It means that the particular header related to Mega 32. Another header file can be mat.h, string.h, stdlib.h, stdu.h. And as you remember, I said that stdu.h is related to the library of C language. Number sign include stdu.h. As you see, I talked about it and explained about it in previous sessions. It is also a processor, including the header file related to C programming. Other useful header file are as delay.h, lcd.h, spy.h, and etc. For example, you want to create a delay in your programming. Before creating delay, you should add this preprocessor number sign include and the delay.h. If you don't add it, you will have error in your program. Other files that are added by programmer, by user, are as this one. For example, number sign include my header.h. There is another type of preprocessor. It is also started by number sign define. This type of preprocessor substitutes the preprocessor macro. For example, number sign define data underline port A. What does it mean? It means that replaces instance of data port with port A, or on the other hand, the port A renamed by data underline port. For example, when we can, another example is a number sign define PI 3.1415. It means that replaces PI with 3.1415. There is another preprocessor, which is a number sign undef. It's actually the inverse of this one, or define type preprocessor, which undefine a processor macro. For example, suppose that at first you use define preprocessor, and then in the programming you need to undefine it. For example, number sign define file underline size 42, and then you can use number sign undef underline size. It means that undefines existing file underline size and define it as its original, meaning that 42. Or for example, undef port A, undef data underline port. It means that if you define the port A, or if you replace port A by data underline port, then here undef data underline port and use existing definition, meaning that use port A. I didn't actually know how many slides we have after break. This session slides has finished, and then for next session we will talk about the programming, and we are going to interesting part of our course. Please have a study about previous slides, the explanatory part, and try to be ready for midterm exam. About midterm exam, we will not have coding and programming, only it's related to experimentary part. And I want to say that this session is finished. Do you have any question? Any question? Okay, thank you very much for attending to the class and being ready in class. See you next session. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.